Hey guys. Okay, it's a little dark because I don't want to have my light on. It's just too hot in here. So there's hot days out there. Welcome to Javier. Hi Nishi. Hi Karen. And let's see. Okay, I am going to do a little chit chat before I start gaming. So I'm going to talk about AI art. So I guess my first opinion is that AI art is something that's not going to go anytime soon. That is something that as artists we have to deal with, just as traditional art versus when it comes to let me put my volume down. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to like digital art, when it started kind of making the rounds in the community of artists, and I hate calling communities, around artists. So a lot of people still did traditional art, and they like gravitated onto doing digital art. So they do digital art on iPads and stuff like that. So anyways, there was a big, debate between, doing that versus not doing that. And so yeah. Anyways, we're just going to look at this video. There was if you guys don't know about the Dragon Con, it's a big convention that goes on every year. Hey Karen. Yeah, so they have the convention every year, and then this year they had an AI artist, and they kicked him out. So let's watch this video.
Absolutely disgusted I've become. So the first scam here happened at Dragon Con, which I believe is a convention that takes place every Labor Day weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. So as a shopper, you might assume that this is a safe space where you can support every single genuine local artist at the venue, but unfortunately that's not the case. So this AI prompter actually scammed their way into Dragon Con, taking up a very large table space. And when the staff found out that they were actually an AI prompter, staff had come in, security had come in, and they were escorted out. So my fellow YouTuber Inkwell actually did a really good video coverage on this topic, and I want to just play some clips so you guys can get some context.
Dragon Con is typically one of my favorite events of the year. However, they definitely had an AI issue this year, as there was multiple vendors trying to get away with selling AI material and passing it off as...
Yeah, I think fellowship is definitely a better word than community. I just hate that it's been like so tainted, in my opinion. It's like a community about this, a community about that, but anyways, that's just my personal beef. Okay.
Genuine artwork. Regardless of how you feel about generative AI, it is simply against the terms and service of a lot of these art events. Collectors and general attendees go to these events thinking that the halls are vetted and that the work is done by professional artists. But we're going to focus on this bozo for the moment. I'm not sure when attendees and artists started noticing that something wasn't quite on the up and up with this booth, but from what I was told by staff, they were notified on Saturday evening towards the end of the day, right before the hall was about to close, and confronted those in question. Now, if you look at the floor plan for the Pop Artist Alley, the artist that is listed goes by the name Oriana. Looking at this booth, Oriana is nowhere to be found. As this was all taking place, people were able to notice on their story in their Instagram that they were in Europe. Not physically being present at the event goes against Dragon Con's terms and service as an artist. When staff...
Yeah, that right there is a little fishy. I know there's an artist, her name is Sakimi-chan, and she does a lot of art. She does digital art, and I want to say that she's Chinese, but yeah, she usually has booths that represent her art, but I know for sure it's not AI, because it's like, she's been doing that art like since back in 2003, 2004. So that was like way before AI started becoming a thing. But yeah, she has somebody representing herself at these shows.
Staff and artists confronted those running the booth about this and questioned them about these very Mid-Journey looking images. The man running the table said that he was Oriana's boyfriend and that half the work was his, and that's why the styles were different. And when pressed further, he said it was actually a gallery collective, that Oriana's father and mother had also been artists, and that's why every piece had no cohesiveness.
Now, one of the most suspicious things here, aside from maybe all of the AI artifacts that you might see when you look closely at one of these paintings, is the lack of a distinct style from this artist. And that's not to say every single artist needs to have a super unique and distinct style, but usually at these artist alleys, if you just glance across the booths, you can kind of tell that each artist has left their own fingerprint on their work, and they usually have a pretty unified visual aesthetic, which is clearly not the case here. You've got surrealism with the flowers and the woman, and then you've got very 2D looking anime art combined with almost hyper-realism.
Hey,
in the
Basket.
painting, and then you pan down and you see Superman, which is a lot more rugged and graffiti-like, and it's very disconnected. It's lacking harmony, lacking cohesion, and
Well, as an artist, I've been doing art for about 25 years in my life, a little bit longer actually. But yeah, usually you have a style. I mean, I can do different styles of art, but there's still, it's like artists really have a signature. Like, no matter what style they do, it's a little bit different, but they still have kind of a bit of a signature. But yeah, that's what he's talking about. And this art looks like it's like kind of all over the place. Like, you don't really see, like, it's multiple artists, and that is, I mean, it's possible, but I entirely doubt that. It just seems like the guy just came up with these answers to kind of excuse what he was actually selling, which was AI created art.
it
Hey,
looks like it's
Nishi.
been produced by multiple people. And if we just take a still from this footage, you can see this is happening with all the other pieces in this booth as well. You've got hyper-realism on 3D Batman, vibrant two-dimensional pop art on the fake Vogue poster in the gold frame, and then you've got like a very cartoony and simplified look for Snoopy on the top right corner. Now, if you think that there's a chance this was actually done by a real artist, here, check this out.
When the staff confronted the people at Oriana's booth, they denied it and produced a quote-unquote process video. A very questionable process video. A process video with lots of jump cuts that doesn't actually show any processes, just still images. You just go from this to this. That's how art is made, clearly. One that non-artists might not catch right away, but one that anybody who has actually drawn anything would understand that this doesn't prove anything.
I wouldn't say this doesn't prove anything. This actually proves that this was done with AI. Again, see, this is what makes me so mad about these grifters, is that they're not targeting people who already know art. They're not targeting artists. Their goal is to target the people who just don't know any better, who want to go to these conventions, want to support the local community, who might not fully understand the process of art making, and they might show them these process videos and just try to con them and make them think that they drew the entire thing. For anybody who's ever drawn anything in their life, you're going to look at a process video like this and you're going to know it's fake. Absolutely nobody draws like this, and there's no reason you can't have an actual time lapse instead of still images layered on top of each other.
On Sunday, we were informed that they were receiving a lifetime ban, and then first thing Monday morning, they were removed by either police or security and forced to leave the hall. However, it doesn't fix the real damage that has been done, as a real artist could have been in that spot. I'm also sure that they made a lot of money and misled a lot of buyers.
And unfortunately, I believe they did, because if you look at RJ Palmer's original X post, the account associated with this grifter, OG Art Official, which is such an ironic name, by the way, someone had posted a story calling them out, and they replied in the DM saying, "Cheers, I'd share a screenshot of my sales this weekend, but don't have to show it. Give any explanations to you losers." And they then sent a message saying, "You guys are sore because you don't sell shit and will be forever broke. Have fun being a broke bitch."
We have got to the point where literally anybody with a
Sorry,
fully
guys,
working
I've,
app
commercials, gotta love them.
This just goes to show the mentality of some of these people. You know, they are literally fraudsters and scammers. They're here to make a quick buck at the artist's expense, and there seems to be absolutely zero remorse for the people they've actually conned.
And conventions need to be a
Yeah, it's really sad because I do paintings, acrylic paintings on canvas, and a lot of times I could barely just get $20 for it. I don't know. I don't know if you share you go with you guys. You say my art just sucks or what, but it just seems like people want this really fancy. Like, a lot of people like the AI art, so that's what they're gravitating to, and they don't know if it's AI or not. I would say a lot of it, you can kind of see there is a style in AI that you see with the the amount of fingers that are on there and things like that. So, but yeah.
aware of this and be prepared on how to handle it when it arises.
Now, you guys know my take on this. I
Yeah,
really
that's
don't
true,
mess with
Karen.
AI-generated images, but at the end of the day, it's someone else's choice what they do with their life, what they do with their time. If they don't want to learn art and they just want to press a button and do a prompt, that is out of my control. Unfortunately, you can live your life. But in the context of an artist alley where people are actually going to spend their hard-earned money to support the local art community, everyone there has expectations for the artists and the vendors to be legit. And the act of not disclosing and communicating to your buyers that your work is either partially or entirely AI generated, in this context, it's literally fraud. It's a scam. And huge props to DragonCon for actually kicking this person out before they could do any more damage. You can see the artist got kicked out with a police escort. Atlanta police. It's kind of wild. Now, another story that I want to cover here today involves another artist who attended DragonCon, whose name is James C. Mulligan, who has recently been investigated and blacklisted by Disney for using their name to sell AI-generated artworks. James C. Mulligan, as you guys can see here, has quite a few followers, and he seems to be someone who's a little bit more established in the community already, which is what makes this second case even more insidious.
Looking at some of James' work, you will see that the base of his pieces looks legitimate, but then the rest of it is clearly fed through an AI generator to give it its finishing touches. It looks to me he likes to avoid putting in any real work to his backgrounds, so on the surface level, it's not as clear-cut to a showrunner to just kick out somebody like James. But looking at his work, there's clearly AI usage, allegedly, in my opinion, for those who have eyes. And it was clear at DragonCon this weekend by anybody who passed their booth that his work is getting more aggressive into the AI usage, or at least it's getting more blatant. He also removed over half of the images on his gallery wall after people in the DragonCon Pop Artist Alley started noticing something didn't feel right. A week before DragonCon at a different event in New York, Twitter user ToonEmu said, "Hey, so this guy at Anime NYC just blatantly lied to me about not using Gen AI in his work, then scammed my mom off of several $100s in prints." Emu said that she questioned James at the event about his AI usage. He ended up pulling out his tablet, and she said that you could see that the character was drawn within Procreate, but that the background was copy-pasted in, the part that clearly has the AI tells, with some of the books melding together unnaturally.
This is very blatantly obvious to anybody who's ever drawn anything, just the warping of the shelves, the merging of the books into each other. A lot of these are...
Yes, exactly, Karen. It is getting hard to tell more and more because AI is learning from artists and it's starting to figure out things better. If you look at the video of, was it the example of AI Will Smith eating spaghetti versus what they can do now, it's just crazy. Like it's learning fast, and it's pretty soon people won't be able to tell, and it's being kind of hard to convey that because even if you're going to show a video of yourself working on it, that could be AI. Which is pretty crazy. So yeah, it's like I said, there's a lot of people that back in the day, when they started switching from traditional art, doing artwork on canvases and papers and stuff, and they started going to digital art, a lot of people considered that cheating, because you could, like do corrections and everything. It's like some of the mistakes makes your artwork, the imperfections, in my opinion, is what makes art so unique. It's those imperfections for your artist, as an artist, that makes it more real, that makes it art. But when you start going to digital, then you erase, put your new art, the new lines, and you can add different color schemes and everything. Then when you're working with paints, it's not that easy, to change it. So back in that time, there was a lot of controversy against using tablets to draw. Now anybody can say, well, I'm an artist, and they draw real quick and on their tablet, and then they have like a lot of tools on there that can correct issues with their art and everything. So it doesn't, it did feel kind of like a cheat back in the day, but we've gotten so used to it that there's a lot of people that use it. They depend on digital, but when it comes down to doing traditional drawing on a pencil on a paper, they probably can't even do it. It's just because they're so trained on that. But I don't know, I don't really see that, and like I said, it's just something that now we're just, nobody complains about digital art now. They're like, well, it's, everybody does it. It's, the normal thing now. So, nobody considers it out of the ordinary. So, I wonder if it's going to be kind of the same thing with AI, because I do like AI, as in it can show you a template and you can use that as a reference. Um, I like those, and I would download these templates in order to make like realistic looking anime characters just to try it out. And but a lot of it was, me hours and hours on Photoshop, like editing this image. And I know back in day too, people didn't like Photoshop either. Photoshopping images and adding this and that. They say it's kind of the same thing, but at least it was a human doing it. Now that's like computer
Signs
doing
of
it.
AI generated artifacts here. My biggest problem with this is the fact that this is somebody who's using their established name, their established identity to sell work that was made with generative AI without, telling, communicating, fully disclosing to his customers that this is the workflow that he used. As somebody who values clear, concise, and direct communication in all aspects of life, this baffles me. And this absolutely makes my blood boil because I have tons of friends who do conventions for a living. And people like this, people like James C. Mulligan here, are taking valuable spots away from artists who deserve it so much more. You have no idea how devastating it could be to someone to not be able to get into one of these big shows. It might affect their entire annual income. And then you have people like James here, people like the previous scammer, who just waltz in there with their slop. Complete lack of transparency of their workflow, just grifting money from the people who are actually there to support local artists. It's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly, Karen. That's pretty crazy, though. If you get that link to that, send it my way so I can try it out, see if I can identify it, because I do have, I have been fooled too, plenty of times. But yeah, AI is a tool, but unfortunately, it can also it's a very lazy tool. You can use it for reference. You can use it to help you correct some things, but it still shouldn't be something you depend completely on. But I mean, we can't really change it because it's there. Even Beardo and Jay and Tree Bear and Jeremy, they all use AI in their thumbnails and do these little things, but they just don't turn around and sell it. That's the thing. But still, they're using it to create thumbnails. If they wanted to, support art, they could go to an artist and have them do this, the thumbnails for them and do it more of a traditional way. But it's still like, to me, it's there. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's kind of like, it's just something to adapt to. And like I said, it's going to be hard for people to notice if it's fake or not. If you really are an artist, or you're just somebody who types in the prompts and hits the button, and then there's the art.
Disgusting.
RJ Palmer, who is also at the Pop Artist Alley, said, "This guy is at DragonCon selling AI images. Personally saw him making a $500 plus sale. He isn't just scamming, he is thriving while scamming. Truly vile work." And again, this leads back into the misrepresentation and misleading collectors and general attendees on what you're selling.
Now again, if you're at one of these conventions and there's somebody who is just setting off your alarm bells, you could always ask them in a nice way to see their process, because this stuff is pretty easy to prove. All you need to do is show a time lapse of you actually making the drawing, and that's exactly what this user on X did. I then asked him if I could see the time lapse replay, but he told me he didn't record one. I have made over 700 illustrations using Procreate, so I know for a fact that it automatically saves a time-lapse replay. I told him this and offered to show him how to access them. He then got mad at me and told me to leave. I got into a bad fight with my mom about it after, since he tricked her into thinking his process was all his own and that he did not use Gen AI. For any of you guys who are not sure, the refusal to show any process work is a humongous red flag. And for anybody who's an artist out there right now, if you have not started recording a process for your drawings, do it now. Even if you don't like recording every single drawing, just keep a couple of them on hand from beginning to finish to show people that you're legit. Now, it's very unfortunate.
What I do is I do take pictures as I'm painting, but sometimes, I'll skip some areas, but still, yeah, I take pictures and show like my painting process from the start to the pencil to the finish. And you can tell it's in a room. But again, somebody could fake that too. So that is pretty scary.
Fortunate that we as artists are forced to do this right now. We're forced to kind of prove our innocence, but this is just the state of things. You got to look out for yourself. When somebody else reached out to ask about this specific issue, James actually threatened legal action. In your statement, you mentioned photos and process videos proving your work. Could you please share those for clarity? James says no. At this point, we think the best course of action is to have our legal reach out to you. What's a good email for them to contact you? Again, just a threatening tactic, dodging the question.
Just call his bluff.
As an artist, record your process videos, show your process videos when someone
Oh,
questions
thank you,
you.
Bessie, for sharing.
It's very, very easy to prove your innocence that way. Now, unfortunately, he was...
Yeah, our show that we usually have at 2 p.m., we are going to be having it at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, so you guys can tune in and watch this. I don't know, Nishi's going to be our third go from now on or not, but I like being with her, so. Oh, can I pin it? Yeah, give me a second here. Okay. And go ahead and save that link, Karen, so that you can pin it on there. There you go. Alright.
Wasn't able to do
let's keep
so
going.
because he was guilty. He was guilty of scamming people out of their money, and he was guilty of pretending like he didn't use Gen AI when he clearly did. And man, I freaking hate scammers and grifters. Like, all of that energy that you put into doing this fraud, you could have put that energy into drawing. How about putting that energy, James, into learning how to draw backgrounds? Instead of trying to fake process videos, instead of trying to lie to every single person who comes up.
Well, it's because one thing, he's a lazy artist. You know, if you can get the background, somebody else to do it, all you have to do is just draw the character and just have no background and just have AI do the background, then, you know, he's good. So that just tells me he's just lazy, and then he's making money off of it, so the greed is gonna keep on enabling him to do it. Okay, cool. Nishi's a lot of fun, so it'd be great to have you on there, but I know you got your baby, so I guess he's the one that will decide whether you'll do the show or not. Okay, so yeah, the artist is just, you know, I mean, I understand it's taxing, and now that I'm older, I get a little less patient with my drawings, or just things aren't going the way I wanted to look, and so, you know, I just kind of feel like, you know, like giving up on this drawing, and just, you know, especially when it comes to the coloring process and everything. That used to be fun, but now it's kind of like, you know, but yeah, I still want to depend on AI to do my art. I just like it as just to use it as a reference, or to use a template in order to like, for me, I can't do realistic, like super realistic, you know. It's always gonna look cartoony, because that's not my style. But, you know, I can use the templates. I did use some on artbreeder.com, where you can, like, you know, make a template of a face, then I take it to Photoshop and I start editing it, adding the hair color and everything I want it to. So that's how I made David Ryder for my Project 7 look realistic by doing that. So, okay. Alright, cool. Hey, Just JK, welcome. We're discussing AI art, and a couple of artists that were called out. One was kicked out of DragonCon for having AI art, so.
Up to your booth, and then just happily taking their money, knowing that you've lied to them, and you've just taken business away from some other artists who are way more deserving of it than you. Now, the third and final...
Well, basically, they're greedy. What do you expect? You're making big bucks on it, and you don't have to do nearly the amount of work that I have to do as an artist. It takes me, like, you know, 3-4 hours to do a painting. You know, and it's not going to be perfection, but still, you know, if I could do that in like 30 minutes, and then just do a drawing, put on AI, let it do the coloring, do the background, and then I go take it to a show, and people are willing to pay $100 to it, and they don't barely want to pay me 20 for a canvas. It's like, yeah, I would do that too, but the integrity part of me doesn't want to do that. But there's a lot of people out there that don't have integrity. They just look for shortcuts.
Story is actually very local to me. This is Fan Expo Canada, which happened in Toronto, right on my very own stomping grounds. And I cannot believe I missed this, because a couple of my friends who were at this convention told me that they spotted tons of AI
All right,
generated
bye,
art there.
Basket.
And after doing
See you
some
later.
research into this topic, apparently Fan Expo allows their vendors in the artist alleys to use AI generated content and sell AI generated content, which is just absolutely wild to me. Here's an article from Now Toronto. Fan Expo Canada has not publicly stated policy on the sale of AI generated art, leaving it unclear if vendors are allowed to sell it, which means they are allowed. If you don't mention it, obviously they're allowed to do it. Some people have commented, note that Fan Expo is a corporate for-profit.
I'm surprised with Canada. I thought they were very anal about a lot of things. I'm surprised that they're allowing that. I would think they'd be all uppity about it. Okay, so
Profit convention. Ones like Anime North are actually fan cons that are non-profit, which is also why they allowed that Bell AI picture booth care more about the check than the actual fans. So of course it's a very money-driven
Yeah.
scheme. All they care about is that all the tables are booked up and all the booths are sold. Apparently like a quarter of stalls were all selling AI artwork. Took opportunities away from real artists to sell AI slop. Someone said ban AI from all markets, expos, or make it mandatory to disclose that it was made with AI. And I
Yeah.
100% agree with that. Either ban it outright or make it mandatory to communicate and disclose. Someone else who was there said the AI art didn't even look good or as good as actual artists' work there. And there was definitely more than just a quarter of the artist alley, more like 1/3 to 1/2 of it was. Now I personally didn't attend this event, so I didn't get to see this for myself, but based on all of the feedback from people online, it seemed like this was a real problem there. And what really concerns me is I don't know how many casual convention goers go into these artist alleys expecting there to be real artists who actually drew their work without even realizing that they're being conned out of their money by people who just type in prompts and pretend to be real artists. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, what's even worse about this, it's so bad it's almost comical, is that this company, this Canadian monopoly company called Bell, decided to
Thank you,
host a
Karen.
free photo booth as a part of their advertisement campaign. Except there's one catch, okay? You take a picture of yourself and this Gen AI turns you into a anime character. This Gen
Yeah.
AI photo booth was actually placed directly near where the artist alley was, which is just a huge slap in the face. Now their official statement is the booth featured original ethnically sourced content with no copyrighted material and no misuse of likeness. Local artists contributed original sketches for poses, angles, and compositions, and all design overlays were handcrafted. It was designed purely as a fun souvenir for fans, and we received a lot of positive feedback from people who lined up to enjoy the experience. So you're more than welcome to take that corporate speak at face value like they want you to. Now unfortunately I've just recently become aware of this issue, but apparently it's been going on even longer than I expected. So this is from 1 year ago, and somebody said please research exhibitors before buying. Now this is a very important tip, and I'm going to echo this in just a second. I made a mistake that I even tried to take precautions for. There's a vendor called Wall Nostalgia, but they also go by Evoked. They have a bunch of canvas prints, and they even claim to license out the art, even listing the artist's name, in this case Sato K. I thought I would be supporting both a small business and an artist, but maybe not. So after doing some research, they realized that they couldn't find the artists, so the artist was likely made up. They reverse image searched for the art and nothing.
There's DIY, and there's
All right, so like I said, it's a new technology. We have to just for. So,
Obvious enough, if you just take a look at the curvature of that katana as well as the wrapping on the handle, it is completely off. For anybody who's a little bit more experienced in art, you could probably tell right away that this was actually made with Gen AI. And this just goes to show, this is somebody who went to the expo expecting to buy real art, support real artists, support small businesses. They're told that this piece is made by an artist when it clearly is not. This again is fraud. This is a scam. So Fan Expo is apparently allowing these scammers to infiltrate all of these artistic spaces like the Artist's Alley. So again, I want to make this video as a PSA for customers who go to conventions to buy art and support local artists, and I also want to make this video as a PSA for the artists. For the customers, okay, the first step you should take is to make sure that the convention has listed in their policy that they don't allow generative AI art in their artist alleys. And if you're going to a place that has not actually stated that explicitly, you've got to be very careful with your purchasing decisions. Always do research on the person that you're buying from. Check out their social media, check out their portfolios, check out their process videos, and actually go up and talk to them. You know, talk to them about art, talk to them about their inspiration. See that they're actually someone you can trust before.
Yeah, exactly, Karen. You can do like there are like some AI detectors that you can put your artwork in. Take a picture of it on your phone, put it through the detector, and see if it pops up as an AI generated image. If it says it is, then you'll know right away. So that would help though. That's a good idea, Karen. This I was thinking too. You could probably just like I've run like stuff through AI things and to find out about like I did try playing with some AI, and then I like changed up the character and everything, and then um, I just ran it through there, and it didn't pop up because it had been like altered so much through originally. But because I do a lot of alterations, I don't just like what AI produces, and when they have too many fingers and other body parts and weird things like that, so. But I kind of played around with that. So I mean, if they do alter enough, it's not going to show up as an AI art in the search. So that's a little tricky too. But most of the time, I don't think they alter it. I think they just produce it, print it out, and then there you go. But yeah.
Or you spend your hard-earned money. It boils my blood to see these grifters and scammers infiltrate these spaces, and honestly I'm very proud of all the artists who do go to these conventions, who do speak up about this topic, because that's the only way to get our voices heard. We've got to speak up, we've got to stand up for ourselves. These companies, these corporations are always going to be after profits and money, and they never really care about the well-being of the artist or the customer. So we'll take a stand, we'll keep talking about this. I think the case with Dragon Con and James C. Mulligan is a really good step in the right direction for preserving spaces for artists without Gen AI. And on a more personal level, I know a lot of people who do go to conventions to sell. These are artists who make this their full-time job. This is by no means an easy job. These guys are working day in, day out. They're flying to their destinations. They're paying out of pocket for their stays, for their travel fees. They're bringing all of their equipment with them. They're lugging all of their products with them. And these convention artists work so hard to put food on the table. It frankly pisses me off to see a scammer and a grifter take that table spot away from an artist who has worked so hard all their lives to finally get an opportunity, a shot at being at one of these conventions, only to be denied. Because in the case of Fan Expo, they just allow a whole bunch of scammers and grifters into their artist alleys. Anyways, guys, this is a PSA video. Be very careful what you do at these conventions. Be very careful who you're buying from at these conventions. And for the artists, please keep speaking out against this. Hopefully this video helps you out. Hopefully this video reaches the right audience. If you're an artist, please share this with your non-artist friends so they know what might be waiting in store for them when they go to one of these conventions. Yeah, that being said, thank you for watching this video all the way through. And again, let's not send any hate messages towards anybody mentioned in this video. Let's be kind and let's be civil. We don't have to stoop down to these.
Yeah, just don't buy their art. Okay, so I used this video. I looked up, I think Clownfish also did a video on this, so you can look it up. She talks about the very thing. They go to the article. But if you want to follow this guy, his name is Sam Does Art over here on Does Arts. So let me see if I can, let me go ahead and do a little bit of showing off some of my art and see what you guys have to say about that. Let me see if it'll show here. Okay. Give me a second here. Oh, well, let me just be right back. Alright guys, so I'll show you some of my art. This is my show I can plug. Okay, so these are the canvas paintings that I do. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Okay, Okay, so these are the canvas paintings I did. This is my latest one. So I got this one here. If make sure my picture's not in the way. There you go. Nope. Always moving everything but my picture here. Alright. Alright, so these are the canvases that I do. And mind you, I've only been painting on canvas for maybe 4 years now, I think. I've always done like a, I just draw, and then I would go into to my scanner, scan it in, then color it through Photoshop most of the time. Oh yeah, Karen. It just depends on how big the painting is. So there's that one I did. There's the Sonic. I did quite a few of these, but these are on very tiny canvases. This is a full, like, let's see, what is this? I'm trying to think of the measurements. That's, I would say it's about 24 by 11, I think, this canvas right here. This one is the one I did last year for the SpaceCon. So these are the canvases that I do. This is the one I did last year too. I do it with acrylics and I do some markers over it. But yeah, I hand draw them and then I just paint them in. So these are the ones I did for SpaceCon last year, and then I have some of the other ones I did, like this one. But it's like, this is a little Grogu that I fixed up to look more realistic. That's the way it looked before. But this thing too is just something that's 3D printed and then I painted it so it looks more realistic. Here's some more canvases. So I have these prints available on at Game Over. It's a store that's located here in San Antonio. So you can buy the prints of these. This one again is hand painted. I just went into Photoshop and redid these lines because they weren't as perfect. But yeah, it's a nice stuff. So I like the way this one came out. But yeah, just it's like, people really, they sometimes they like the AI art because it's just more like professional looking. This is one that I did when the creator of Dragon Ball passed away. I did this one, kind of like a dedication to him. This is Sailor Moon, and these, I love doing these canvases. I put a lot of glitter on them. This one had jewels and glitter all, like, I love glitterizing these. This one is painted canvas, but then I took it in Photoshop and made it look better. So no, I didn't use AI, I just used Photoshop to make it look a little bit more smoother. This is the one I really like that I did. Did that canvas, cleaned it up a little bit, the backgrounds, and added the paints to it. I think it sticks out more, but I got to meet the voice actor of this guy here, and I gave him a copy of that. Naruto, Dragon Ball. This is Naruto again. Yeah, these are all the canvases. This is from My Hero Academia. And so this is Sephiroth. I never got around to doing, I was going to do Cloud on the opposite side, but I sold this one to a big Final Fantasy fan. But yeah, I need to go back and do some more of these paintings here. But yeah, if you guys have DeviantArt, you guys can follow me called Dolls Figures Customs, because they post all the doll stuff that I do too. And these were the ones that I did for these are I draw and then I colored on Photoshop. So this is the one I did last year for the Yaira contest. It's really pathetic, man. On DeviantArt they like put this where it's you have to be older to view this picture. I'm like, okay, why? Because she has a chest. It's not like there's any detail outside of, any other details to it. This one is my favorite. It's the cover of my book, the one that I wrote called Son of Alice in Wonderland. I did this one like way back in 2011. So it's an older piece, but I hand drawed all this and then I scanned it into Photoshop and then I just colored it in. Oh, really? Yeah, that's a good idea. This is The Crow. That was one of my old ones. That was probably, what, 2009? One of the first things I learned how to draw was men, their buff bodies. So that's what I would draw for a lot of shirtless guys, if you guys didn't mind. This one was one I kind of got inspired to draw. So I've never seen this in the comics, but I really don't want Marvel to do it because they're going to mess it up. This is another version of The Crow. It's my version of The Crow. We just did a show last week, and of course I had all my stuff packed up, so I wasn't able to get this print. I still had like one or two of those. But yeah, this is my version of The Crow. This is, of course, my boy Dante from Devil May Cry 3. These are pretty cool. It's just like draw 'em, and then I went over it with watercolor pencils, and then I put it in my computer and added like all this texture, so I gave it a little bit more. But again, this was not too old. This is from 2022, and this one's just hand drawn. Then I just put on in Photoshop, added a bunch of textures and stuff. But I really like doing this, like this one too. This one's one of my own stories called Up Arms from back in the day. But yeah, okay, enough bragging on my stuff. I need to get to switch over and start playing some video games. So I'm gonna be playing some Fortnite again. So if anybody wants to join in, just let me know in the chat, and I will open up the Discord. So give me a second while I go and switch over to the games. Alright guys, I cannot get it to work. It's being a pain in the butt, so I'm gonna just go ahead and let's do PG. Let's see if you guys can see it. I'm just gonna do Punishing Gray Raven because that's all I have on my computer right now. That's such a pain in the butt. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see if you guys can see it. Set window capture, game capture. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to get my system out of the storage so you guys can see me playing that game. But for right now, I'm just gonna play Punishing Gray Raven. So back.
I will make myself.
Where's Dante? Oh, he disappeared. These are some of the characters I have. I guess I do that one. Sorry guys. Gonna have to do Punishing Gray Raven. I do have repo, so maybe I'll just get repo on the here in the meantime, but because I'm not gonna. I don't know. Xbox being weird now. Okay, so guild, storm member. Alright. Let's get through these battles here. Main battle. Ascension. I think I finished that one. Corruption. I got that one done. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go through this one. That weird. That music sounds interesting. Yeah, sorry guys. I'll probably get repo on this, so maybe tomorrow I could play repo, which would be fun. Be something different. Okay, let's just go ahead and get to the battle. Alright, alright, let's see if we can get through this part. No, I still have the game on here, so yeah, that's true. I'm glad I can even game at all. It's, you know, it's a blessing. Okay, let's go ahead and skip story, get into it. That music is kind of weird. Yeah. I think it's just stupid, like the Xbox Microsoft, whatever little updates they're doing and all that, and then they're trying to like cut down on people. Oh. Okay, so what do I do? This. Okay, this is kind of weird. I've seen that before. There you go. Yeah, this is very different. I don't think I've ever had a game like this before. So, let's see. There you go. What this thing's supposed to be. Ah. Okay. Alright, I think that was it. It's been a long day. Oh, you didn't hear any music? Oh, let's see. What's going on here? Okay, the mic is working. I see audio is working, but why? Okay. The volume is low. Okay, let's see if I can put this up a little bit. There we go. Hopefully it's a little bit better now. Okay, just let me know if it's not too loud or too low. Okay. Oh, thank you, Karen. Okay, let's skip that. That was such a weird stage. And I just skipped the stories. Alright, and I can do it. This is a new character I got, the one that's in the middle. He just looks cool. I think he's also like a good mix too. Good character to team up with Dante and with this other character here too. So. I slept pretty good last night. I don't know why I'm so tired. I guess because long day. Thank you, Karen. All right. Oh, these beards like robots. Does it look like Eggman? Yeah, it's real bizarro robots. That's the first time I've ever seen these.
Hell yeah! Let me it's showtime! Hell yeah! Let me show you what I've got. Take this!
Found you.
Hell yeah!
There you go.
What you lack is this. Huh. Thought you'd like it.
There's a man. Alright. What's the next one? She's like the main character, I think, of this game. So, she's the main one that's on there. But honestly, I'm not a big fan of her. The team that I have right now is the ones I prefer playing.
The Crimson Lotus is in full bloom.
Assassination. Complete the objective without learning enemies. Okay. I've done this before. Find a way to access the shipping crates. This is scary. Requires a hidden key. Of course, not going to be that easy. Let's see, I'm guessing. I wonder where the key would be.
fine.
Great.
The flames of my blade will cleanse everything in my path.
I guess I'll take care of these while I'm here.
I'm fine. The flames of my blade will cleanse everything in my path.
This is a little hard.
I'm fine. The flaming lotus will end everything.
I guess they don't have keys. Okay, it says obtain iron key. Let's see. There you go. Okay. Alright. I think I finally got it.
The battle is over. What's our next mission?
Alright. Let's see. Check the job. Okay. It's so funny thinking that they're actually soldiers, the part of these organizations fighting the corrupted. But of course they look so anime and so cool. With little headphones and stuff. I like how everything's running so smoothly, on my streams. I guess their internet's a lot better than my the apartment one was.
Now the fun begins. It's showtime! Hell yeah!
When I was playing Devil May Cry 3, Dante was introduced, the one that you guys saw a little bit of. He was introduced as he was 19, I think. Then when he was in Devil May Cry 2, no, 1. 1 is actually after 3. And he's about maybe 20, 21 there. And part 2,
Now the fun begins.
Devil May Cry 2.
Let me show you what I've got.
He was
Take this.
mid-20s. By the time they do Devil May Cry 4, he's supposed to be in his 30s.
Useless pests. They must be ready to die.
Oh look, there's Virgil.
Now the fun
My brother.
Take this! Not bad. Hell yeah! Let me show you what I've got. Take this! What you lack is this.
So in DSC Devil May Cry 4, he's
Thought
in his
you'd like it.
30s, and this version of Dante is from Devil May Cry 5, where he's actually supposed to be like 43, 44. Which she looks really good for that age. And I mean, 40-year-olds definitely do not look, most of them do not look really old at all. My mom would always say that 40 is you're still in your prime. So, all right. so far I did pretty good. I haven't had to switch characters. So, well, just give me a minute. Let me get something real quick. Take a break, a beardo break, and then I'll be back in a second. So, be right back. Alright, I'm back, sorry. So, my hair, my bun got undone. I was trying to make my hair like, I think it's Chloe from Demon Hunter, but can't really tell. I had like the two buns and then, but she has like these super short bangs, I don't know what's that. Alright, let's get a little bit cut further in the game. Okay. That music's so weird. Alright. Get my pillow. Yeah. I'll be. What do you? Oh, okay. Oh, I ate earlier. Alright, it's a guest appearance by my aunt. It's the best aunt ever. Alright, so, I like this dress design. I didn't see the character, but that's, oh yeah, it's pretty. That is true. And you girls agree about that. Okay, let's just go ahead and skip into the fight. So I'm guessing this is like the storyline that they're doing right now. It's Asia. character design. I like the outfit. It's very Chinese. I'm guessing it's like a covert mission where I have to go and explore. Let's see how it looks. Like a this is definitely different from the other stuff I was doing this morning. I just have to like fight
I'm fine.
Go to this side. All right. Like Alright, so that's done. Yeah, that's a weird beginning.
I'm fine. I will show no mercy. The flames of my blade will cleanse everything in my path.
Oh wait, it does that. It's only like I'm gonna skip it. Oh, okay. So you've leveled up to 75. That's pretty cool. Guess accept it. What does he say? I got it. Okay. Feature golden vortex unlocked. So let's see. I just said that I wasn't able to unlock Virgil, so I hope they'll like bring it back soon. But I don't know. It just depends on Capcom. It's kind of like hard to upgrade Dante because he's already like, I think he's already like kind of maxed out, and then I don't have access to any of this stuff because all his extra stuff was just for that promotion time. So it kind of sucks. So everything he has is like maxed out. I guess I could get him another weapon, but I don't think he can use any other weapons. Let's see. So let's see if that helps. I'm not a fan of this sword. Like his other sword was my favorite. This one's kind of like eh. It's newer sword. Alright, so that's that one. Golden Vortex is unlocked. Challenge. That's a challenge. Golden Vortex. Explore. So I think I choose between these two, but let's see. Extreme danger. So
Leave it to me. This won't.
and her,
Don't slow me down.
and then I guess this one.
I shall repay your trust with victories.
Notice they all have white hair. It's my team. Does it say max limit? Huh? Just one? Okay. Well, at least it's letting me play as Dante. Usually just stuck with playing as Lucia. It's like,
And now, I'm gonna play with you. Let me show you what I've got. Hell yeah! Let me it's showtime! Hell yeah!
alright.
What you
fast
lack
battle.
is this. Huh. Thought you'd like it?
Still waiting for a response, but I did ask Ruben, like, if, because I noticed his character sounds a lot more lighthearted and kind of more fun. So I wonder if they made him sound that way, because he sounds very different from Devil May Cry 5. So let's see here. Okay. So let's see if Ruben gets back to me. Extreme danger.
Leave it to me. This won't take long.
It's cocky, Dante, for you.
And
That's my
now,
favorite.
I'm gonna play with
You.
you.
Okay.
Now the fun begins. Let me it's showtime! Hell yeah! Take this!
All right.
What you lack is this. Huh. Thought you'd like it?
Tomorrow, if I play a repo, then I can probably get like quite a few people to play with me. So see how that goes. I just need to clear B. Okay. As long as they let me just
Leave it to
play
me. This
as
one.
Dante. He's my strongest, other than Lucia.
And now, I'm gonna play with
you.
you. Hell yeah!
Alright, I got somebody teamed up with me. That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah! Let me it's showtime! Hell yeah!
I know this other new thing he does, but I forget. Okay. There you go.
What you lack is this. Huh. Thought you'd like it?
Alright, It seems like his weapon's a lot better now than it was before, so that's pretty cool.
Leave it to me. This won't take long.
Insufficient stamina. Let's see. Let's try.
I'll fulfill my
Let's
duty.
see. Yeah, she has enough. She's, I guess she's the main character of the game.
The Crimson Lotus is in full bloom. The flames of my blade will cleanse everything in my path. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I wish we had that mode where you can I don't know how to unlock that mode. Let's see.
I'm fine. Flaming Lotus will end everything.
Yeah, you should get those. I guess Donkey got rid of him really quick, but for some reason he's
The flames of
I survived.
isn't going well. We'll meet again.
Go ahead, Ruby.
The flames of my blade will cleanse everything in my path. I'm fine. Flaming Lotus
Say again?
will end everything.
When I was studying, they had them talking in Chinese. When I was typing you guys the first time, it was actually the
The
first
flames
week
of
I've
my
ever played
blade
that-
will cleanse
that game.
everything in my path.
But I found out you can have them in English too, so.
I'm fine.
Oh, now I have them. You can have them in
This
Chinese,
isn't going well.
Chinese, Japanese,
We'll
or
meet
English.
again.
Everyone has decided.
Flaming Lotus will end everything.
Finally got rid of that pessimist. Well, this one's a pain in the butt right here.
I will show no mercy. I'm fine.
Oh, not another one. Really? Good job.
This isn't going well. Flaming Lotus will end everything. I'm fine. This isn't going well. I will
Again?
meet again. The flames of my blade will cleanse everything in my path. I'm fine.
I'm already like so low.
Flaming Lotus will end everything.
It's like it didn't even do anything.
We'll meet again.
Failed. Yeah. I don't know why it won't let me, Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me go ahead and change that. Alright, so let's see, max. Okay. So it should be a little bit better now. There we go. Alright, let me check on my little chibis. Alright, let's go back to my chibis. They're in the dorm, so I'll be see how they're doing right now. There it is. I feel like Dante would be a lot more stronger against them. I don't know. But yet they won't let me. Alright, mission. Now that. This is so cute. Look. You can like pat their heads and it makes them happy. Beep beep beep. Like chibi versions of my three main ones, so they're so cute. Okay. Let's go ahead and give her a little pat. There you go. Beep. Alright. I put the gameplay a little bit lower. I don't know. I'll check in a second here. I need to get my other screen out of storage because I need it. Okay, here's my little. Look at my little chibi Dante. He's so cute. He's my baby. I'm gonna pat him. I love these little silly games you do with these guys. Here, so. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, I got that done. So you got like this room, and then you win like these little things, and you can like decorate the room there. So they got their own vending machine. They got a little cabinet they go through, dresser, 2 beds. Hopefully the boys are sleeping in one, the girl in the other. I don't know. Little toilet, and these chairs here, and sofa, and computer desk. And this chair is like an exclusive Virgil chair. I think kind of a joke on him, that character. Aren't they so cute though? I like them. My favorites. So I had to keep petting my little chibis to make sure they're okay. So
The thing I hate the
there's another game that I was looking into, but
feels like Virgil.
it's like a girly game. It's called Love in Deep Space, and I don't know if you've ever looked it up, but if you look up Love in Deep Space and like some of the characters in there, but it's like kind of like romantic. Like I think there's 4 guys. I don't know if they added another guy. And the base of the game is like you're fighting these battles, but at the same time you're trying to like make one of them, I guess, target one of them to fall in love with you. So you got like 4 really handsome guys, you know, like that you're trying to, you know, get with. And then your character, you design her, and you make her like the way you'd like her to look. So but I was like, I don't know, it's supposedly for, you know, 12 and up, but some of it is a little what's the word, like a little too spicy for kids. It's like I was looking at some of the cutscenes, and like some of that just like makes me blush, especially like the way the guys are all, you know, breathing all hard, and I don't know. They have bare chests and everything. It's just I don't know. Oh, it make you guys maybe it's a little too much for you guys to handle. And well, for me, I'd be like freaking out. It'd be like so girling out on that, and pretty much lose all my guy viewers. But yeah, it's a really cool game though. But no, I'm not gonna play it.
No matter what the future holds.
So these are my characters, my new characters, but if it lets me play the other one. One thing about all these characters is the girls, you know, they have really big chests. Not all of them, but some of these characters you see here, yeah, they're very bouncy. Yeah, my sister a joke about when we were watching Devil May Cry 4 when I was playing that game. My sister was like, I was saying they had like boob bouncing technology. That's another reason I guess Beardo should, you know, expect the target's attack is performing.
Give it your best shot. Requesting support.
That's okay, Nishi.
That sends it all.
Alright. Okay, entering Falcon Field soon.
How do you feel about the result? That sends it all.
It reminds me though, Karen, of like Korean dramas. They always have like the two guys going after the one girl. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Am I just fight these characters? And
That sends it all.
alright, I hope I finish this. This is like really weird. All puppets eliminated, so where do I go? Yeah, like Korean dramas is the same thing. They always have like two good looking guys going after one girl and she's never like really that pretty looking. She's kinda like just normal average, so that's very fantasy. Alright, I'm gonna finish this one. But yeah, if it's like supposed to be for like 12-year-olds. I don't think 12-year-olds should be playing that game. It should be at least like maybe like 18 and up. I think it should be more like an adult game, just because of the implications. They don't show anything. Well, they just kind of show like sometimes he's like touching her leg and stuff, like the guy that you pick, or like kissing her knee or anything like that. But yeah, it's makes me, a grown woman, blush. It's like, how much more, like, I don't think kids should be watching that. But yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get through there. Get through this part here. The music is like really unsettling, so I guess it's going for the whole theme. But it looks very China,
And now
like
I'm gonna
China-ish,
play with
if that's a word.
Found you.
Whenever you see that, it means that there's another character that pops in to help me fight. So
now the fun begins.
oh, careful, Dante.
It's showtime! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Let's see. Did I get it? Where'd they go? What?
What you lack is this. Huh. Thought you'd like it.
Well, I mean, that's what I always liked about Korean dramas is that, you know, like, and they're more PG. A lot of them are PG. They just have, like, they build up, like, 12, 13 episodes to just, like, the first kiss between the characters, which I think is good. But some of the Korean movies are like, you know, rated R. Pretty much like porn, in my opinion. Let's have a leader. Awesome. Alright, let's...
Leave it to me. This won't take long.
Oh, that one. Alright. Let's see. But I like them, yeah, they're just like not realistic, you know, having like two good looking guys trying to win your affections, but or I think in one drama she had like, you know, 5 guys, but it was like 2 she was mainly interested in, or 3 or something like that. So the one she wanted was married already, and then his wife dies, and but he still doesn't.
Now the fun begins. It's showtime! Hell yeah!
Watch out, Dante. It was a good show, I guess. Oh man, I wish I could like get his health up because it's down already. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna do that.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
This is how it ends.
hey Dante, you're only 43. You're not old. All right, let's try it again.
Hell yeah! Let me show you what I've got. Take this!
All right, well, it says die less than once, but I thought I died already, but it's gonna be harder. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's claim that one. Let's see, does it let me have more than one? Let's see if it'll
Don't
let
slow me down.
I shall repay your trust.
Okay, they're letting me add all 3. Good, because I need it. Oh, it's getting darker. Alright, almost done.
This resolve shall be mine to protect.
Alright, well,
Now the fun begins. Let me show you what I've got. Take this!
I love when he does that mode. It really works. There you go. Finished her off.
What you lack is this. Huh. Thought you'd like it.
I think he actually does do that in Devil May Cry 5. But that's one game I need to get and then play for you guys. But I'm trying to start with 3, and then once I get my game system back, I can continue working on 3. And that'll be it. Then I'll do the 4, and then I'll do 5. Alright, so I think that one's done. Then you go to the switch over to this. But let's see, what did I have here? One thing I really don't like about this game is that it has way too much. Like, if it just had like the main storyline would be good, but then they have the dorm with the little chibis, and they have this guild with the chibis, and then they have the missions, and then they have offshoots, and then they have all these special events that are going on right now. Like these, and then they give you rewards for them, but still, it's like just too much. That's what I kind of hate about this game. So I think this is, what's this one? See, there's one right there, there's one right there. It's like I don't want to do all that. I just want to like build my characters and get them up. So I have Bianca here. What's it? So you get event. This is the character here. She's a very busty lady. And yeah, her chest has the gravity moving. Yeah, so thing about this game is that when the characters, like Dante was this character here at one time, and then it had like the little cards up here in the corner, and the little cards right here, use that to kind of like do a pull for a character. So like I can use this to do the research 10 times. Oh, well, let me just show you, since it's letting me. Let's see if I'll get that character. But it's like, do that, spend your cards, and then it gives you 10 pulls, which means 10 characters, and I have this extra stuff. So I was trying to get Virgil that way, but it didn't work. Okay, so I got those. I got Ally. I got the Limerus Shard. I got these memory things that you add. I still haven't figured out how to do that. I got Invert Shard. That one. Some more of that. And this character I got.
Let me take you for a joyride, okay?
Alright, so these are what I pulled. So what this other guy did was that he did this pull. I guess I'll pull one more time. He did this pull to try to get Virgil and Dante, and he wound up spending $100 to get these cards when you can like earn them for free. But it wasn't working, so he did that. Pulling another one. It's kind of like a lotto thing. But yeah, I usually, oh, I need this chart. That's good. And not that one. I don't have that character. That's cool. Oh, I got that character. Okay, now I got her. But again, not really a character I want. So
Did that mission really
I
have
got
to
this
take
guy.
so long?
Alright. Alright, so I got, if I get 400 more, I guess I'll go ahead and, let's see, I can, that one, confirm. So these black cards up here will turn into whatever the event card is. So let me go ahead and pull, see if I can get her. There we go. These gold rings are the characters, so most of them are. Okay, I got his shard. That one. Her shard. His shard. Unfortunately, I can't get any Dante shards, which sucks. So I can like build this character more. It's because the event's over. But I'm getting all these shards for all these other characters. Oh, I got him. You guys saw me play with him earlier. Alright, well, there's my pull. And I didn't get this girl. But, yeah. Bianca is her name. So here, character above 10 pulls researched. I did about 30 of 60. So I think if I do like enough of it, enough of these, then I'll be able to get her. But it's not really a big deal. But yeah, I just wish they didn't have like so much, like all this stuff. I got this boy. I like this one because he goes with Dante since I don't have Virgil. I built her up a little bit. Should be able to, yeah, upgrade her. Alright, so she's already maxed out, so I don't think I could put her up anymore. I think she is, let's see, level up. Max. I own 26, but it's only letting me, oh, well, whatever.
This power will be used accordingly.
She sounds like she has a country accent, but then she doesn't. So I don't know what that's about. Okay, let me go ahead and level this guy up. Max, level up.
It never hurts to gather more strength.
There you go. You went up pretty high.
The Forsaken doesn't need ranks to differentiate ourselves, but your acknowledgement is indeed appreciated.
This one looks like a cool character. I like the design. Okay. Let's see. So I got like all these characters here, and it's like I don't feel like using all of them. I just rather just stick with one. I think she's a pretty design though. I just got him. I got this chef girl. Yeah, I've like unlocked all these characters, and it's like I'd rather just use like one character or something. I don't want to. I mean, the 3 that I have. It's her. There's a cat girl there. And it's her. So I got him. I like that character. But it's kind of funny. It looks like he has a Brett on his hair, but he doesn't. It's like a crystal. This one's a new one. He's part of the regular team. And then that one's a new one. Yeah, of course she looks like a little girl. And this girl. Bye, Karen. Thank you for watching me stream. Yeah, so anyways, I think I'll go ahead and call it quits here because I need to eat some dinner. But yeah, sorry I couldn't play what I wanted to play. So hopefully I can get it going, or like I said, I'm just gonna do repo tomorrow. So if any of you guys know how to play it and you're interested, I haven't played it, so it'll be my first time. So if you've played it before and you can play with me tomorrow, that would help. But I guess tomorrow's gonna be repo stream. Hey guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you could just drop a like on your way out, and just keep an eye out. I'm going to see if I can do that, like I said, tomorrow, and get everything going the way it should. Alright, you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.